To repeat everything we learned about strings and to give you some practice to solidify your strings knowledge, I have prepared an exercise for you. Let's say that we have a guest string. So we have some guests right there. And the guest string is gonna look like this. Const guest list is gonna be our guests are Emma, Jacob, Isabella, and Ethan. That's it. That's our guest list. Now, the first task for you is to get the length of the string and store it in a variable called length. I'm gonna expand this right now just so we get a bit more space. Great. So we have the string of guest list, and then the first task is to get a length of the string stored in a variable called length. The expected output is going to be console log length, and we should get 44. Great. The second task for you is to uppercase the entire string and then store the result in a variable called uppercased guest list, just like that. And then the expected output is console log uppercased guest list. Our guests are Emma, Jacob, Isabella, and Ethan, all uppercased. The third thing for you to do is to check whether Ethan is on the uppercased guest list and then store the answer in a variable called is Ethan on the list. The data type of the variable must be a boolean, and again, the expected output of that is gonna be console log is Ethan on the list, and that should return true. The fourth task is for you to create a substring that only contains the following: Emma, Jacob, Isabella, and Ethan. Store the answer in a variable called substring guests. And again, the expected output should look like this: console log substring guests, Emma, Jacob, Isabella, Ethan, all uppercase, again, this time without our guests are. Great. The fifth task goes as follows. Out of the substring you just created, create an array of names of people that are on the list. Store that array in a variable called guests. And the expected output is gonna be console log guests, Emma, Jacob, Isabella, Ethan, just like that. So let's go through the whole exercise one more time so that you definitely know what you should be doing. We start with our initial string. Our guests are, and then Emma, Jacob, Isabella, Ethan. Get a length of the string, store it in a variable called length. You have the console log there. Uppercase the entire string and store it in a variable called uppercased guest list. Check whether Ethan is on the uppercased guest list. That should return true. Create a substring that only contains the following: Emma, Jacob, Isabella, Ethan, and store that in substring guests. And then finally, out of the substring you just created, create an array of names of people that are on the list. So this time we have to split the string into an array that contains multiple elements. That's it. In the next video, we'll be back with the solution. Good luck.